Hi there, I'm First Warn 5 Meteorologist Warren Sears. More rain and thunderstorms out there for your afternoon and even into the evening. We are watching the chance for a few stronger storms today, but one of the bigger things that I'm concerned about this time is going to be the flash flooding that we have and could have into the afternoon and evening as well. We have a lot of rain tracking basically over the same area, and the ground's already very saturated, so anything extra at this point is likely going to be runoff. So that is a concern of mine as we push into the afternoon and into the evening commute. So if you plan on being out and about over the next few hours, I'm going to give you an update on what you can expect and let you know when rain finally tapers off later on today. So let's get to your forecast here for the next few minutes. We've got first warn in place today because of impactful rain and thunderstorms out there. We'll have multiple different rounds into pretty much late evening and early overnight. There are a few pockets of stronger thunderstorms out there right now, one of which, an area of which I'm tracking into our viewing area probably over the next 2 hours. And the flash flooding risk, as I mentioned, is a bigger concern. So let's talk about that first. We do have a flash. Let's first talk about the flood advisory. So we have a flood advisory for the western and northern Kansas City metro. That goes up 29. That's the western 435 loop. That is I-70 all the way out to Douglas County and Lawrence. And then into Topeka, they have a flash flood warning. That flood advisory extends down into northern Miami and all of Franklin County. The reason that was put into place is basically we've seen a lot of rain in a short amount of time. We are expecting to start to get some flooding, but it's not underway or ongoing too bad at this time. But as soon as that does happen, they'll upgrade that to a flash flood warning. Now, where we do have the flash flood warning is Anderson County, and as you take a bit of a closer look here, you can see that we did have. Let me find that here. We did have water over roadways and also water rescues ongoing east of Garnett. That was about an hour and a half ago. So there was flash flooding already happening there just to the east of Highway 169 there out of Garnett. So please be mindful of this today. It is a big concern of mine. The flood watch for everybody will stay in effect until 7 a.m. out there on your Wednesday. But just a lot of rain in a short amount of time creates water over roadways, flooded roads, swollen creeks, streams, and rivers. And again, it's not done. What we've seen out there is basically just about half of what we could actually get by the end of this entire event. So let me show you our current radar, kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So the actual Kansas City metro minus around the airport is in a little bit of a lull, but as you take a zoomed in look at the airport, there's some stronger thunderstorms, noisy thunderstorms coming through there in Platte City right now. So that is going to stick around. So likely tough to get in and out of the airport today as far as flights go. And so we have more on the way from the west. You can see it's real spotty to the southwest of KC at this time, but this line that I'm tracking, that's basically coming through Topeka, already moved through Emporia, coming up I-35 right now near Waverly, Kansas. So Franklin County, Anderson County, and Douglas County. I want you to be prepared first to have some heavier rain and stronger thunderstorms. At this time, they are not severe, but they could pose a small hail and gusty wind threat. Also, significant amounts of lightning embedded in this line coming in. So that's what we're tracking here through the next few hours. This will continue to move from west to east, and this will likely impact our Kansas communities first with the stronger part of the storm, and then eventually make it to the state line and then cross over onto the Missouri side. So everybody should get rain and thunderstorms out there today, but this specific pocket that's to the south of Interstate 70 coming into our Douglas, Franklin, and Anderson counties, that is where I'm a little more concerned with some of the stronger stuff. Very noisy and very heavy rain. There's already been a lot of rain down there, so again, that's going to contribute to some flash flooding. Up to the north, you do have more steady rain from St. Joe to Maryville over to Bethany, Cameron, I-35. There's likely ponding on roadways, but it hasn't been overly significant just yet. So there is a decent amount of lightning now lifting up in your direction. So this is pretty much for everybody. Again, this is going to be around for many more hours. as this entire system finally pulls through the area as a cold front sweeps in. Then we'll have some changes. Now, the Storm Prediction Center did shift the level 2 out of 5 risk a little bit more to the east-southeast from Kansas City. We are now included in the 1 out of 5 risk. Don't get too hung up on that. Just know there is a low-end chance for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm this afternoon, with gusty winds being the main concern, but can't rule out maybe some small hail. All right, so our actual forecast track radar here wants to bring that. It's almost 1, so it wants to bring that heavier line of thunderstorms probably by 2 to 3 p.m. to the state line in the Kansas City metro. And then you can watch it here continue to push to the east into the heart of the late afternoon, early evening time frame. So those of you into central Missouri, you'll get more rain and thunderstorms a little bit later than the rest of us. And then it's a little bit slow to push out. So I think even by the time we're heading to bed late Tuesday evening, we'll still have some stuff on radar. But it's not until about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, that this system is finally done. So on top of what you've already seen today, depending on where some of these stronger thunderstorms set up, there could be an additional 1 to maybe even 3 inches on the high end. I think probably an additional 1 to 2 looks a little bit more likely of inches of rainfall out there. So a little bit of a small lull right now at the plaza, but skies are dark, and you'll have more rain and thunderstorms here shortly. 68 degrees is the current temp at the airport. Clinton and Butler, a little bit more untouched down there. It's warmer. Lower 80s are sprinkled in. So your next 12 hours do feature maybe a few degrees of a warm up, but I would expect mainly just rain, thunderstorms, dark skies, gloomy conditions, and a cool evening in store as the rain and thunderstorms continue to push through. So let me show you radar one more time just in case you're joining us. We do have a pretty stout line of thunderstorms now tracking into our KCTV coverage area. Douglas, Anderson, and Franklin counties, you'll be first to get this line of thunderstorms. I know that we still have rumbles around on radar, but again, this specific part of the line down south of I-70 is what will be a bit more noisy. And so all of this continues to push in over the next few hours. That actual line itself probably not to Kansas City until after 2. So give it another hour or so for this stronger part of the system to come in. But you can already see on radar, we're just going to have this around for quite some time. So plan accordingly, especially for that evening commute. Maybe you can take the afternoon and work from home, because I do think the evening commute is just going to be messy as far as water on roadways and probably still rain around, and doesn't sound overly fun to me. So we are going to continue to watch this come through. At this time, no severe thunderstorms, but there are flood and flash flood warnings and advisories out there. So again, that is a bigger concern of mine today. So please keep that in mind. Do not drive into flooded roads. You never know what is underneath them. Water can wash away roads incredibly fast. So, and then you put the people that are coming to rescue you in danger as well. All right, everyone. So that is a midday update, and we will continue to have more for you this afternoon, starting at 3:30 on KCTV5. We will jump back on streaming if necessary. Have a good afternoon, and at least get some good rain for your yard. Hopefully it's not too much, though, where we have that flooding issue. All right, have a good afternoon, and we'll see you at 3:30 on KCTV5.